What's going on, everyone? This is James. How you all doing? And welcome back to one of my video game review videos. Now, I haven't really been reviewing a video game for a while. The last one I did was Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, which that was the game that I talked about last year in the summer. So for today, I'm going to be reviewing another video game, and this time I'm going to be talking about this game right here. Is called The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. Now, The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning is the second incarnation of the Spyro franchise, and it's basically the reboot of Spyro. This one is completely not in the same universe as the original Spyro. This one is the different Spyro game in the different timeline. So this game, I first played this game for the Game Boy, and then I got this game for the Xbox later on. So the story begins with Spyro as an egg, and then he was sent to the swamp by the red dragon named Ignitus when the Dark Armies arrive and kidnap the other dragons. So Spyro was found by the family of dragonflies, and then he grew alongside the dragonfly named Sparks, and then they were playing a game of hide and seek, and then they got bumped into these evil like baboons. And then after a little monkey business, Spyro discovers that he can breathe fire. And then Spark's parents told Spyro that he's basically from somewhere else where dragons were in wars and there's like a bunch of crazy things. So Spyro decided to venture to find his home, and then Sparks came along with him. They met up with Ignitus, and then Ignitus tells him about the wars, and then there's an evil dragon named Cinder, which I'm getting to her later on. So then Ignitus gives Spyro a request to rescue all like 3 other dragons from the armies of the Dark Master. And then Spyro and Sparks go on an adventure, and then they save all the dragons, and then they had to go on an adventure, and they had to stop Cinder from all the evil plans that she was causing for the Dark Master. So when I first played this game for the Game Boy, before I got the Xbox version, I thought this was the continuation of the original Spyro trilogy. But then it turns out that it wasn't, because this one is the reboot of the Spyro games and is the second incarnation of the Spyro character. So as a game itself, I thought it actually looks really interesting with its really dark atmosphere, and then it has all these wars, and there's sequences which kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings meets 300 basically. And the voice acting in this game, I actually did not know they have some voice talents. Spyro was voiced by Elijah Wood, as you know him as the voice of Mumble the Penguin from the animated film Happy Feet. And as for Sparks, in this game, he was voiced by David Spade, which David Spade, you would know him as the voice of Cusco from Disney's The Emperor's New Groove. And Gary Oldman voices Ignitus, which I'm not too familiar with Gary Oldman, but I thought he was very well talented as Ignitus. I really like his voice. The soundtrack in this game is pretty good. It has this very instrumental chorus, dark music, and the gameplay does look kind of dated, but I do think that it kind of holds up as for 2024. And then the bosses were a lot of fun. My favorite boss battle in this game has to be the Ice King, where the Ice King kidnaps the lightning dragon named Valtir, and then Spyro and Sparks encounters the Ice King, and then Sparks didn't realize who was behind him, and then as soon as the Ice King comes out from his chair, it scares Sparks, and then Ice King actually does this growl sound effect. Listen to his sound.
What part was easy? Getting chased by frozen madmen and gorillas?
Sparks. Is that what I think it is?
yeah, really terrifying. And then it really does scare me when I first encounter him as a kid when I first played this game. The graphics looks pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's like it wasn't the best looking graphics in video games, but they actually did their best. It didn't look rushed or anything. It actually looks pretty decent in my opinion. This has to be like a Spyro game that if you really like a darker atmosphere, I guess you could say kind of like a mature tone, something like of the incarnation of Spyro, then I think this game I would say you should go give it a chance and check it out for yourself, because especially if you're a Spyro fan, like I like Spyro, but I didn't play a lot of Spyro games as much as Crash Bandicoot, because I was more of a Crash Bandicoot guy. That's why I play mostly on Crash. But I do like Spyro. I think Spyro is actually also one of my favorite video game characters. I might make a video in the future about like my top 10 favorite video game characters, which I have been requested to do. There is two sequels to this game. One, it was called The Eternal Light, and the other one was called Dawn of the Dragon. Now let's talk about Cinder. So technically Cinder is the villain of this game, and then her design kind of reminds me of what's her name from Sleeping Beauty? Maleficent. Yeah, Cinder's design kind of reminds me of Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty in terms of like the design of how intimidating and dark and terrifying the facial expressions on the character looks, and I can definitely see Maleficent being a Spyro villain. I think she would be perfect. But when Spyro defeated Cinder in the game's climax, it turns out that Cinder is not technically the villain. It turns out that she is like Spyro, and she was used by the Dark Master. So Spyro and Sparx saved her, and then they escape, and then they all went back into the dragon realms, and then all the dragons are all together, and they all thank Spyro for saving all of them. And then this game has an after credits scene, which is like before Marvel did. And it was this after credits scene right here. I'll play this little clip from you if you guys have missed it.
See anything, Spyro?
No. But I've got a bad feeling.
Me too.
Yep, that's how it looks like. So yeah, my overall thoughts on this game. I thought this game was fun. I really like The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. If you're a Spyro fan, if you have played this game, what did you guys think of it? Did you think is this your favorite incarnation of Spyro, or do you prefer the original incarnation, or do you prefer Skylanders? For me, I haven't played Skylanders, but even though it doesn't really kind of feel like a Spyro game, that feels more like something like how Disney Infinity does. But what is your favorite incarnation of Spyro? Do you like the original, or do you like this version? Let me know in the comments below. So I'm going to give this game a 7.6 out of 10. I really like this game. Were there issues? Yes. But do I think it's a good game? Absolutely. Do I recommend this to Spyro fans? Of course. If you're a Spyro fan, give this a play and give it a chance. So yeah, like that's all I have to say for today. Hope you guys enjoy my review for The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and turn on the notifications when I make brand new videos. This is James Hernandez, just by saying thank you so much for watching, along with Spyro the Dragon. Take care.